The origin of nougat is lost in the mists of time, although Arab texts mention it from as far back as the 12th century. The Phoenicians trading around the Mediterranean spread the recipe as far as Turkey and then further north to the Greek, Italian and Spanish coasts. By the Middle Ages, the white nougat from Marseille had become renowned and production spread to the whole of Provence and the southwest of France. In the 18th century, Olivier de Serres, an agricultural scientist from Ardèche, introduced the first almond trees to Provence. Almonds keep well, and this is why they progressively replaced walnuts and pine nuts that had been used up until then. However, it is the word noix, meaning walnut in French, which gave its name to the specialty, from nux gatum, nut cake in Latin, to nougat in Provençal, and finally nougat in French. The best Montélimar nougat ambassador was Émile Loubet. This French historical figure from the Drôme region was the mayor of Montélimar, then deputy, senator, and finally president of France from 1899 to 1906. Loubet carried on the local tradition by offering nougat to all the dignitaries who came to the Élysée Palace. And the cartoonists sketching Loubet at the time never forgot the nougat bar sticking out of his pocket. From then on, Montélimar and nougat were associated in the popular imagination, and Montélimar nougat became renowned as a regional specialty. However, one had to wait a few years until paid leave was introduced for the sales of nougat to take off. Montélimar is ideally situated on the north-south axis, and the main road, the Nationale 7, used by millions of people to travel to the south of France, crosses the town centre. This was the time of the famous Montélimar traffic jam, but a golden era for the nougat makers. This ended in 1968 when the motorway opened, but the manufacturers reacted rapidly by setting up a large common point of sale at the Montélimar service station. The story of the Chabert and Guillot nougat is above all the story of the Chabert family. Alexandre, a confectioner, followed by his son Ernest, developed a white and a black nougat to sell during the Christmas and New Year celebrations, in the tradition of the 13 Provençal desserts. The third generation, represented by Charles Chabert, started the first major change. Nougat was eaten and offered all year round. Along with his brother-in-law, Henri Guillot, they decided to become full-time manufacturers, working in a building ideally situated next to the station. Pierre Chabert, the successor, developed and perpetuated the Chabert and Guillot family tradition, and they became the #1 nougat manufacturer in Montélimar. Things have evolved, and today they are different with Europe, so we must be competitive. We have all the means necessary to be right in the heart of the market with Montélimar nougat. In 1985, Didier Chabert, the 5th generation of nougat manufacturers, became the chief executive. He undertook the second major change in the company by introducing technology. In 1987, he brought in a highly advanced process capable of producing 10 tons of nougat a day. I would like a nougat ice cream, please. It's new, it came out on the 22nd of July. In 1992, with the help of François Rollins, a mining engineer, he created a liquid nougat called Montélimar Nougat Cream, which allowed nougat to become an ingredient in gâteaux and ice cream. In 1997, the company, #1 producer of nougat in Montélimar, wanted to expand internationally and looked for a partnership with a large group. This is how, on the 1st of October 1997, the French nougat market leader joined the European sugar market leader, the German company Südzucker. Granulated sugar, Glucose syrup made from wheat starch and various honeys are weighed according to the recipe and are then cooked to obtain a highly concentrated syrup. Soft nougat is cooked at 125 degrees Celsius and hard nougat at 136 degrees. After the cooking phase, the pressure in the cooker is reduced so that the syrup becomes even more concentrated, and it cools down to about 110 degrees. A rehydrated preparation of egg whites is mixed with honey and vanilla extract in a bowl. This mixture is then directly poured into the mixer. While the white egg preparation is being mixed with a powerful whisk, the concentrated syrup is added to it in order to obtain a white paste that is very light. This paste is then poured into a mixer, and peeled almonds, which have been roasted at more than 150 degrees, are added to the paste. Pistachios and icing sugar are added at the end of the cooking, and it is the icing sugar that helps the crystallization to get underway. A hot and creamy nougat is obtained at 80 degrees, which is then poured into a hopper above the forming machine. The nougat gets its shape between the cylinders of the forming machine, which are kept cold by the circulation of water at -20 degrees. The nougat is covered by 2 sheets of unleavened bread, and its surface cools down very quickly and then crystallizes. This process allows the nougat to keep its definitive shape. The shape of the 14 to 40 mm thick rolled out nougat is called the nougat slab. The nougat slab is fully cooled down in a 20-meter long tunnel. By cooling, the nougat crystallizes and the soft or hard texture is obtained according to the type of nougat wanted. After the tunnel process, the nougat slab is cut into strips or cubes that are then sent to the packaging service. The strips are cut again before packaging. This equipment can produce a batch of nougat every 15 to 20 minutes, so it allows production of up to 12 tons of nougat in 24 hours. Our cooking method combines modernity and tradition, and thanks to our closed cooking equipment, all the quality in terms of taste is preserved. We use ingredients that have been used in nougat for decades. Natural ingredients such as almonds, honey, egg whites, and sugar.